For centuries, Roman structures have survived disasters, harsh environments, and the slow effects of time. From ancient ports to massive monuments, many of these creations remain standing long after the civilization that built them disappeared. But what makes this even more surprising is that some Roman concrete does something that modern materials struggle to achieve. It can slowly repair itself. So how does Roman concrete heal itself, and what discovery helped it last for thousands of years? Hidden inside this ancient construction method is a process that allows the material to respond to damage and become stronger. Let's break it down, right here, on History of Simple Things. Roman concrete, called opus cementicum, was created with a formula very different from modern concrete. Instead of using Portland cement, Roman builders combined volcanic ash, lime, water, and pieces of volcanic rock. The volcanic ash, especially from areas near Mount Vesuvius, contained minerals that reacted with the lime and created strong binding materials. This reaction helped the concrete remain durable for centuries. Another important technique was hot mixing, where quicklime was added during preparation. This process created small calcium-rich pieces known as lime clasts inside the concrete. For a long time, these were considered flaws, but researchers discovered that they may actually help trigger the healing process when cracks appear. The self-healing ability of Roman concrete begins when water enters small cracks. In ordinary concrete, moisture can weaken the structure by spreading damage deeper into the material. However, Roman concrete uses water in a completely different way. When water reaches the lime clasts, it dissolves calcium-rich material and carries it through the cracks. When this calcium reacts with carbon dioxide from the surrounding air, it forms calcium carbonate, the same mineral found in limestone. Over time, this newly created mineral fills the empty spaces and seals the cracks. Instead of allowing damage to grow, the concrete essentially creates its own repair material using ingredients that were already trapped inside the structure. Seawater was another major factor behind the strength of many Roman concrete structures, especially ancient harbors. While salt water is often harmful to modern concrete, Roman marine concrete reacted differently. As seawater moved through the material, it encouraged the formation of new minerals that strengthened the structure. Researchers have identified minerals such as aluminous tobermarite and philipsite inside ancient Roman concrete. These minerals helped reinforce the material and made it more resistant over time. The Romans unintentionally created a system where the surrounding environment contributed to the concrete's durability. Instead of fighting against seawater, their material worked with it, allowing structures exposed to the ocean to survive for centuries. Although Roman concrete had impressive properties, it was not a perfect material that could repair every kind of damage. Its ability to heal depended on the ingredients used, the size of the cracks, and the environment around the structure. The presence of volcanic ash, lime clasts, and moisture played important roles in allowing new minerals to form. Without these conditions, the healing effect would be much weaker. Different Roman structures also used slightly different mixtures depending on their purpose and location. This shows that Roman builders were not simply creating one universal recipe. They were adapting their methods through observation and experience, discovering how different materials interacted long before modern chemistry explained the process. Scientists study Roman concrete today because its properties could help improve modern construction. Concrete is widely used around the world, but producing traditional cement requires large amounts of energy and releases carbon dioxide. Ancient Roman techniques provide ideas for creating stronger and more sustainable alternatives. Researchers have tested materials like volcanic ash and other natural additives to develop concrete that lasts longer and needs fewer repairs. The goal is not to perfectly recreate ancient Roman concrete, but to understand the principles behind its durability. If modern materials can become longer-lasting and more self-repairing, they could reduce waste and create structures that are better for the environment. The mystery of Roman concrete shows how advanced ancient engineering was, even without modern technology. Roman builders did not understand the chemical reactions happening inside their mixtures, but they created a material that worked remarkably well over time. Its strength came from several factors working together: the right ingredients, careful preparation, and the environment surrounding the structure. The self-healing process was not caused by one magical ingredient, but by a combination of natural reactions. By studying these ancient techniques, researchers are discovering that future construction materials may not only need to be stronger, they may also need the ability to adapt and repair themselves when damaged. Roman concrete is remarkable not just because it lasted, but because it reminds us that durability is about more than strength alone. The Romans created something that worked with time instead of against it, and that idea still feels surprisingly modern. Their concrete shows that innovation does not always come from complexity. Sometimes it comes from paying close attention to the materials already around us and understanding how they behave over long periods. In that sense, these ancient structures are more than ruins. They are reminders that human ingenuity can leave behind lessons that outlast the people who first discovered them, and that some of the best ideas in history are the ones that continue to teach us centuries later. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.